What is up, everybody? It's Cody with Blood Money MMA Bets, and I'm back with another full card breakdown. This is for UFC 287, Izzy versus Pereira 2. This is going to be a phenomenal card, man. It's got a ton of great fights on it. It's got a ton of great betting spots, and I just can't wait to see Izzy and Pereira fight again. You know, it's the fourth time, 2 times in kickboxing, and 1 time in the UFC. So we'll see what's going to happen in this fourth time. Like I said, a lot of good fights on this. A lot of good betting spots. I already got a bunch of good betting spot bets in, and I've already beat a ton of line movement. We're going to do a quick recap of UFC San Antonio, and then we'll get right into these UFC 287 spots. UFC San Antonio, I went 3-1 for plus 7.6 units. My 3 winning bets, I had Corey Sandhagen plus 2 units, and I love Corey Sandhagen in that spot. I knew he was the better fighter. He had way more output, and as long as he didn't get caught, he was going to win. And I put him in a couple bets, you know. So Corey Sandhagen plus 2 units, he looked phenomenal. Second winning bet, CJ Vergara parlayed with Macy Barber. Not so easy. CJ Vergara almost got finished in the first round, fought tough, came back, got that second round finish. And Macy Barber fought a tough fight the whole time, back and forth. All 3 rounds were close. She got the split decision win. I was super happy with that. Plus 2.65 units. And the third winning bet was Corey Sandhagen, parlayed with Vergara and Barber for plus 5.7 units. That was plus 233, I believe, on that. And man, like I said, man, I'm taking rules off myself. I backed myself into a corner by putting all these different rules. Don't bet this, don't bet that, whatever, you know, all this different stuff. And I'm just taking a lot of that stuff off, and I'm gonna bet what I feel and get the win. My one losing bet, which I almost went 4-0 for plus 14 units, was CJ Vergara under 1.5 parlay with Holly Holm over 2.5. And that Vergara under 1.5 was so close for many reasons. You know, I'm glad it didn't end in the first round with Vergara getting finished, but he almost finished him in that second round with the arm triangle with like 10 seconds left. But De Silva didn't give up like he usually does as quick. So yeah, man, 3-1 for plus 7.6 units. You know, my units are $100, so I won $760 last week. Brings my overall betting record to 207 and 145 for plus 81.95 units. 2023 record 28 and 20 for plus 4.65 units. In the plus for my whole career betting. It's going to keep going up. Plan on getting this up to plus 75 units in 2023. Had a little rough start to the beginning, man. We've had some weird cards. I've had some, you know, some big people like Usman, Shevchenko, Piotr Yan, you know, get beat. But all that stuff's going to end. Going back to making just super smart bets, and we're going to win it out. So, yeah, man, I appreciate anybody that has been supporting the channel the whole time. From the beginning till now. Any new people, let's make some money together. Right now, everybody hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't, hit the bell notification, leave a comment to help the algorithm out, help my channel grow some. My Patreon is up and going. It's $10 a month. You're going to get all my early picks. You're going to get my DraftKings lineup. You're going to get my 10 best bets. I'm going to have a progressive parlay up there. Order of confidence of bets, a lot of stuff. And like I said, I already got 3 or 4 bets posted for UFC Kansas City. All my bets posted for UFC 287. And I'm beating a ton of line movement on there. Got a ton of smart people. Got my guy Dean giving out tennis bets. Got my guy Black Panther giving out the hockey bets, and everybody on there just talking, having a good time figuring out UFC bets. So yeah, man, join that's on the Patreon Discord. The Layer Cake Discord is free. I'm gonna put the link in this Discord, but yeah, or in this description. Sorry, I'm getting my words messed up. But the Discord is free. The Layer Cake Discord is free. Go sign up this week. That's going to bring me to the next thing. I got this. We did a giveaway 2 weeks ago, but nobody won the giveaway. So there's going to be there's a giveaway on my Discord. I do different stuff on there that I don't do on here. But it's Calvin Gastelum, immaculate autograph out of 99. Kamaru Usman, stargazing out of 99. This was from the Leon Edwards card. A Leon Edwards autograph card, and an Izzy Adesanya My House card, number 299. So them 4 are going to be in the Discord. If you want to go sign or go get on the Discord, it's free. You'll go in there, you'll see the thread where how you're going to win them. I'm going to do a giveaway. You see the shirt, man. You see the shirt. I got the Face Meets shirt, fist out. Got the dentist, man. I'm going to do a giveaway. Me and him's working together. I'm going to do another giveaway on this card right here. This is one of my favorite ones that he's got, man. He's got so many cool designs. I wore the stadium jacket out yesterday, went to Top Flight Golf, and had 3 different people tell me how cool it was. One was a girl. My girlfriend got a little mad, but it's whatever. It was funny, though. She didn't really get mad, but it was funny. So, yeah, man, I'm going to give away 2 large shirts this week on my channel on this video. What you're going to do is, like, as always, man, put down your best 2-fight or 3-fight parlay with the odds that it pays. Whoever has a parlay, the 3-fight parlay that hits and with the best odds is going to win. And if there is a tiebreaker, we'll go to whoever posted it first. So yeah, put your 3-fight parlay out there, put the odds that it pays. And if you win, I'll ship you out one of these large shirts. Go to Face Meet Fist on Instagram. Link is going to be in the description. Like that. Just follow him there. It's free to do that. Check out all the different stuff he has, man. You see all the different fighters. Bryce Meredith for Bellator wore one this week. You see Linton Vassell. You see Michael Johnson. All kinds of people, man. So check that out. Yeah, man. Let's get into these. Let's get into this UFC. 1 second. Let's get into this UFC 287 fight card. And I had this fight is the first fight that I had is a replacement fight. 1 second. Here we go. It is a replacement fight. And it's going to be a decent backup match, man. We had Chris Barnett coming in to face Chase Sherman. That fight got canceled about 5 days ago. So now we have Karl Williams versus Chase Sherman. Karl Williams is 8-1, currently sitting at -500. He's 33 years old, 6'3" with a 79-inch reach. Chase Sherman, 16-11, currently sitting at +385. He's 33 years old. These guys are pretty much the same age, 6'4" with a 78-inch reach. Size, height, age, everything's pretty much about the same. Chase Sherman's probably going to have about 5 pounds or 10 pounds of weight on Karl Williams. Remember, we just seen Karl Williams fight Bretsky a couple weeks ago, and I forget which UFC that was, but right here he fought him, Lucas Bretsky. He looked good there, man. Looked like he was getting tired after shooting a ton of takedowns in that first and second round, but just kept pushing through it, man. He's got really good cardio for the pace and pressure that he pushes. I actually like Williams a lot, man. He's got good boxing. He's got a really good jab. He's got a good blast double and timing on that blast double. Then he's got good wrestling against the cage, man. He'll chain wrestle, go from the double, the single, all the way up to the body lock takedown. Doesn't have the best jiu-jitsu to hold guys down and finish them, but he does have decent ground and pound when he's on the ground. Like I said, man, he's got the wrestling and the cardio to just keep taking guys to the ground. He's got 5 decision wins, 3 KO, no submissions. So you see out of 8 wins, he's got 5 decision wins. So, he's not that dangerous, even though he fights like he fights good. He seems dangerous. He hits hard. He's got good boxing, like I said. And when he does take off, like you seen Dretzky in the second round, man, he threw a ton of punches at Dretzky and almost got him out of there, and then threw him across the whole freaking ring. Let's see, he threw him across the whole freaking ring basically, and almost finished him in the second round, but couldn't. This is going to be such a good fight, man. Chase Sherman, he's got boxing. He's got powerful leg kicks. He's got good forward pressure. But, man, he does not move his head at all. He has no head movement, and he's basically just a walking punching bag. And his head is gigantic. Maybe that's why he doesn't move it. But you see here, man, he's 1-5 in his last 6 fights. His only win is over Jared Vandera. He didn't look bad against Waldo Costa Cortez. He landed some of his shots, some of his own shots, but man, he just started getting beat up from that second round. Like, he always looks really good in the first round, really fast, throwing good combos. But man, by the time he keeps taking that damage, he slows down, and he basically literally becomes a walking punching bag in that second round. So I'm going to take Karl Williams here. I know Karl Williams has the striking to stand with Chase Sherman, and then he's definitely going to have the wrestling advantage. Now, I don't know if Karl Williams, because as we see, he's not much of a finisher, is going to get the finish. But I do expect him to land takedowns. And, man, when Chase Sherman's on his back, he's not very good at getting up. But that's against Jake Collier and, like, Alexander Romanov. I don't know if Williams is going to be able to finish him like that or not. But give me Karl Williams and give me him by decision. I think his wrestling and his cardio is going to carry him pretty far here and get him that victory. Next fight. This is going to be a really fun fight. We have Sam Hughes versus Jaqueline Amorim. And man, I'm pretty excited for this fight. Most time I'm not really excited for female fights, but I'm actually excited for this. We got Sam Hughes, 7-5, currently sitting at plus 200. She's 30 years old, 5'5", with a 64.5-inch reach. Jaqueline is 6-0. She's minus 250 right now, currently minus 250. Line hasn't really changed. She's 27 years old, 5'3", with a 67.5-inch reach. So you see Jaqueline's 2 inches shorter, but she's got a 3-inch reach advantage. And Sam Hughes, we know her, man. She's meat and potatoes. She's not great anywhere, but she's decent everywhere. She's got decent striking. She's got decent offensive and defensive wrestling, and she's got decent jiu-jitsu. She's got really good cardio, and if she can bully girls, she can take over and get wins, like against Estela Nunes, who she slows down. She just, gasses out because she was doing really good against Sam Hughes till she gassed out. Elise Reed, she was just a little bigger than her. She was able to take her down and beat her up and ended up getting the finish and had a close fight with Pereira Rodriguez, who I'm not really that high on. But you see here against Tisha Torres, Loma, Luana Pinheiro, when she steps up to decent competition, she's usually getting beat. She can beat real lower level girls. That's not what Jaqueline and Amorim is. Dude, this girl, I did tape study, and I know you can say that she finishes all her girls in the first round, but dude, this girl is a beast, okay? Listen, she is a BJJ world champion. She's 27. She started training when she was like 5 years old. Her dad got her into jiu-jitsu and stuff, all right? She's a BJJ world champion. She's got excellent judo, been doing judo since a kid, and she was on the Brazilian freestyle wrestling team when she was a kid. So Sam Hughes started fighting after her track and field career in college stopped when she was like 20. She started MMA at like 26 years old, right? This girl right here is 27 years old. She's been doing this since 5 years old. She's been a fighter since 5 years old. She's a world champ at BJJ. Like I said, Brazilian freestyle wrestling. Her striking seems to be serviceable. We don't see much of it, but it doesn't seem to be bad at all. It's just that she's able to take girls down and choke them out so quick. All right. She's got 6 wins, 6 fights, 6 wins, 5 subs, 1 KO. And she's just a nasty girl. Like a nasty fighter. She trains at American Top Team. So she's been training with the best girls in the world for a long time. So this girl's not going to come out here, put up one good round against Sam Hughes and then fold, gas out and go away. That's not the type of fighter she is. She's goes hard in jiu-jitsu for 3 rounds. She goes hard in judo, wrestling, everything. This girl's not going to gas out, and fighting an American Top Team against some of the best girls on earth is only going to help her. If you can't tell, I'm really high on this girl. I love these lifelong mixed martial artists that come in that their parents had them training when they're 5 years old. Like I said, this girl was choking people out in world jiu-jitsu competitions when Sam Hughes was running track. So I'm taking Jaqueline, man, and I think she gets that first round sub. To be honest, if you see her knee bars, man, her arm bars, guillotines, everything, she has every submission you can think of, and I think she could hit Sam Hughes here with an arm bar, knee bar, whatever she wants to hit her with, to be honest. I don't see it on here, so I'm not going to do it, but I have seen like lines for Michael Chiesa versus Jing Liang Lee, or not Lee, but Michael Chiesa versus Joaquin Buckley. I didn't see it on here and stuff, so I didn't want to do a full breakdown on it. But if it happens, I would obviously lean Chiesa, but I wouldn't be so confident in it because I think Chiesa, Buckley on short notice, this is a tough fight for him where Chiesa should be able to land some takedowns, get all that control time like he does. But also, man, maybe Chiesa doesn't land the takedowns and Buckley beats him up like he did Duryev. So without a lot of tape study, I'm going to stay away, but I would be leaning Chiesa by decision if I was going to look at that fight. Next fight should be a really good one, man. We have in the men's 185-pound division, we got Gerald Meerschart versus Josheph Pyfer. Gerald Meerschart's 35-15, currently sitting at plus 155. He's 35 years old, 6'1", with a 77.5-inch reach. Pyfer is 10-2, currently sitting at minus 180, 26 years old, 6'2", with a 75-inch reach. So they're pretty much the same. I mean, you see Meerschart's about 9 years older, and Pyfer has 1 inch reach. Meerschart has 1 inch height. Meerschart has 2.5 inches of reach. This is another tough fight to call right here because they got Pyfer as the favorite, as they do. They put everybody as the favorite against GM3. And after the Bruno Silva fight, man, I'm going to stay away from betting against Meerschart for a little while because the dude's tough. The dude's a veteran. Jared Meerschart's got decent striking, kind of slow, but he's still got decent southpaw striking, decent boxing, throw some awkward, slow kicks, but they actually seem to be effective. Excellent BJJ. He's got the most subs in the middleweight division history. He's got good striking when pressing the pace. If he's going backwards, he can get beat up like you've seen Chimaev hit him with that shot and knock him out. But if he's going forward like you've seen against Muradov and you've seen against Bruno Silva, where he can actually back these guys up and put a little pace on them and pressure, he slows them guys down, man. He works well in a dogfight. He's got decent wrestling. He's really heavy on top if he gets on top. Super durable. I know it seems like he got finished against Chimaev and them, like I said, but if you watch him fight Silva and Muradov, he's taking big shots and eating them. He's been sub before, but not really recently, only 2 decision wins in his 35 wins. He's got 35 pro wins, and only 2 of them have went to decision, man. You see he's got 27 wins by submission, 6 wins by KO. He's a awkward southpaw striker, like I said, that works, man. His striking's awkward, but it works. And very well-rounded, and he's been in this game for a long time. Pyfer, on the other hand, he's got super powerful boxing, man. He seems well-rounded. He's got pretty good wrestling. He's got really good jiu-jitsu under Daniel Gracie. He's one of these tough dudes out of the Philadelphia scene. KO power in both hands with 7 knockouts. He's got good offensive and defensive wrestling. He's got really good ground and pound, man. Puts guys to sleep with his ground and pound. And he's very tough, man, and mean and well-rounded. His competition level is very low. You can't take anything from the Amadowski knockout. It was nice. Shows that he does have crazy power, but you can't really take much from it. And then the Ozzy Diaz win was nice. Ozzy Diaz is pretty tough, and you see hit him with that left hook. So the last 2 fights, left hook, right cross, KO power in both hands. Remember the Stolfus fight where he broke his elbow? That was only about 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. But other than that, he's looked pretty good. This Patty fight that he lost by guillotine, that dude's terrible, and that's a bad look to lose to that guy by guillotine, man. I just can't back Pyfer yet. I need to see way more of him. I'm going to pick Gerard Meerschart to do it where Manny survives some weird first round. Second round, he ends up getting a takedown, getting on top, doing some damage, and the third round gets a finish like he always does. So I'm not gonna be betting anything on this fight, but maybe I'll take a little stab. We'll see on the Meerschart round 3, because that's usually what he does, and you're gonna get really good odds on that. But give me Meerschart in this fight. I don't know how he gets it done, but I'm not betting against him until I see him get worse, man. He's down at Killcliff or Sanford and all that now, just getting better and better and better, man. It's going to be a really tough fight for Pyfer if he doesn't get him out of there right away. But I'm pretty much staying away from that fight. Next fight is in the men's 185-pound division. We got Kelvin Gastelum versus Chris Curtis. This is going to be a super good boxing fight, dude, for some middleweights, man. Kelvin Gastelum, 17-8, currently sitting at -125. He's 31 years old, 5'9", with a 71.5-inch reach. Chris Curtis, 30-9, 35 years old. So you see he's 4 years older than Gastelum. 5'10" with a 75.5-inch reach. So you got Chris Curtis 1 inch of height, 4 inches of reach, which, that's nothing. That's actually very low for Kelvin Gastelum, because he's usually fighting dudes that are 6'2" with the 78-inch reach, like Cannonier. You got dudes like Robert Whitaker, Izzy, all them dudes. So this is actually pretty close fight in size and all that. Kelvin Gastelum, man, people are sleeping on him, but he's a stud, man. He's got excellent striking, southpaw boxing, excellent boxing with power, excellent speed and movement, man. I really like his movement. I think that's what's going to help him a lot in this fight. He's got excellent pace and pressure. He's always in his opponent's face, throwing shots, throwing big punches. And landed, man, with that left hand. He's got good wrestling when he uses it. He's definitely going to have the wrestling advantage here if he chooses to use it. He's got nice combos from the body up to the head. I like the way he'll throw 2 body shots, come up with that left hook, man. That's how he was getting Bisbing and got some of his earlier knockouts. He's got excellent cardio, toughness, and his experience is just so far above Chris Curtis's. Even though Chris Curtis has a ton of fights, he don't have the experience like Israel Adesanya, Jakar Souza, Michael Bisping, Chris Weidman, Anderson Silva, Victor Belfort, Tim Kennedy, Jared Cannonier, Robert Whitaker, Jack Hermanson. I mean, this dude's fought everybody and put up in the ones he didn't win, he put up a good account of himself. Kelvin Gastelum has never had one fight where you're like, wow, he's not good, except when Jack Hermanson got him with that leg lock. And he didn't look that great against Darren Till, but that was right after the Izzy fight. Chris Curtis, I'm not going to lie, dude. I'm not that impressed with him. I'm not that impressed with him. And I went back and watched the tape. He was losing to Phil Halls, man, losing to Phil Halls till he hit him with that counter left. He was losing to Brandon Allen and getting beat up a little bit till he hit him with a lot of good body shots, actually, and finished him. Rodolfo Vieira, he lost a round striking to Vieira in the second round. He lost a round striking to Vieira in the second round and was able to get the decision win. He got pieced up by Jack Hermanson for 5 rounds. And then Joaquin Buckley, he was getting beat up by Buckley. He was getting outstruck by like 35 to 40 significant strikes and landed that left cross the ground and pound. To me, he's more dependent on, and he's fighting dudes that aren't durable. Phil Hawes isn't that durable. Brandon Allen, 2 big strikers, he's not that durable, man. You seen what Sean Strickland did to him. Rodolfo Vieira, in a 15-minute striking match, he should have put him out. And then, like I said, Buckley, he was losing to Buckley. He was losing every fight that he's had except against Rodolfo Vieira. And the thing is when he's losing this fight to Kelvin Gastelum, and Kelvin Gastelum's putting on the pace, the pressure, mixing in a takedown or 2 here or there, he's not going to finish Kelvin Gastelum. Kelvin Gastelum's never been knocked out. So Chris Curtis is going to have to like fight different. He's going to have to put on a pressure and pace, keep up with the output, and not just rely on a knockout. And I don't think that's going to happen because that's not his style. He puts up a really high guard, lets you throw at him, and tries to counter really hard. Well, this time he's not going to hit that counter. When he puts up that super high guard, that's when Kelvin Gastelum should shoot in, get him a takedown or 2, secure some rounds. But I got Kelvin Gastelum in this fight, man. I don't know where the line's going to go, but I like Kelvin Gastelum in this fight. I may have bet Kelvin Gastelum, put it on the Patreon at plus 135. I really like Gastelum, beat a ton of line movement there. I'm going to end up beating over 100 or 200 or 100 and something dollars worth of line movement just on that fight, that bet alone. But I like Gastelum here, man. It's going to be a really good fight, though. Next fight is in the men's featherweight division. We got Steve Garcia versus Shayilan Nuerdanbieke. Steve Garcia is 13-5, currently sitting at plus 180. He's 30 years old, 6 foot with a 73-inch reach. Shayilan is 39-10. He's currently sitting at minus 225. He's 28 years old, 5'8" with a 69-inch reach. So Steve Garcia is going to be 4 inches taller with 5 inches of reach, which is a big thing. Excuse me. Steve Garcia, man, his UFC career has been weird, fast fights where it's just kind of been like out of control. And most of his fights aren't usually like that. But the Ontiveros fight was like that. Ontiveros hit him with a spinning wheelhouse kick right off the bat, messed up his equilibrium. But he was able to fight through that, land some takedowns, and throw a beating and get Ontiveros out of there. Machete, yeah, man, he actually was doing okay in that fight, and then took a counter right to the chin, dude, right on the tip of the chin. It put him out in that fight. But that was besides it. It looks like he gets hurt and stuff, and he's really not durable. But that's just them last 2 fights, man. Because Ontiveros hits really hard. That's his only way to win, is hitting people with some crazy stuff. And then Machete, he knocks people out. But that's the only time that Steve Garcia has ever been knocked out. You see here, he's got split decision. He's only been choked out 1 time. He's actually really durable. He's been choked out 1 time, and he's been knocked out 1 time. Then he came out and put a beating on Chase Hooper when he went back down to 145 pounds. These other fights up here were at 155. But at 145, Steve Garcia has always been pretty good, man. You go back and look, he's got a win over Ronnie Lawrence. He's got some decent wins coming up. Jose Marisol, Chapo Marisol, that was a good win. Desmond Torres, Andrew Whitney. He's got some decent wins, man. And he's well-rounded. Steve Garcia, excellent southpaw boxing. He's got good offensive and defensive wrestling himself. He's got excellent power with 10 KOs, sneaky kicks to the head. Really good BJJ, offensive and defensively, and he's excellent cardio and toughness. Like Shayilan, I don't really know where he's better in this fight. He's got decent, good Chinese wrestling, but he doesn't have no BJJ to back it up. That's why he gets people down, but he's not really finished them unless they're Derek Minner and they're quitting, not in the UFC anyways. But yeah, man, Shayilan, he's got good chain wrestling. He will try to wrestle for that first round. You see him against like Josh Kulabau. He'll try to chain wrestle. He throws wide, powerful punches. But he, like I said, doesn't have the best BJJ to hold people down. He's got decent head and leg kicks with power. He throws everything with power. He's got really nice scrambles on the ground and can take guys back and stuff. But like I said, man, he doesn't really hold guys down. They just hop back up. If you watching his fight with Josh Kulabau, where he got 30-27, he came out, wrestled really, really hard in that first round. got Kulabau down like once or twice. Kulabau hopped right back up. And after that, he really had nothing to offer Kulabau. Kulabau, just took advantage of a slow pace kickboxing match where he picked Shayilan Nuerdanbieke apart. Get the win over Sean Suriano, doesn't belong in the UFC. TJ Brown doesn't belong in the UFC. And Derek Minner, that wasn't even a real fight. And if you go back and look, man, like, he doesn't have like the best wins or losses. Like coming into the UFC, he's fighting. His win before the UFC was 8-11. Then he's got another dude with the same last name as him, 20-13. He got knocked out by Zhu Rong, who's not good. Zhu Rong is not that good. We just seen him fight 3-4 times in UFC. He's not good. But he's fighting guys 17-13, 9-7, 7-1, 1-0. He's 29-8 fighting a guy 1-0, and he only got the decision, dude. Losing the guys 12-6. This is 5 years ago, losing the guy 2-2, So I'm not impressed with Shayilan Nuerdanbieke. I think it's a recency bias that he's this big of a favorite against Steve Garcia. So Steve Garcia is going to have the wrestling to go with Nuerdanbieke to get back up, and I think he has better jiu-jitsu. I think he actually has better jiu-jitsu than Nuerdanbieke. So even when he gets taken down, he's going to be able to get back up or reverse it. And then on the feet, I think that Steve Garcia has better striking. He's way bigger, way longer, way more power. You see with Nuerdanbieke too. Here's another thing. This guy's got 10 losses, right? 6 of them are submission, 2 are KO. So out of his 10 losses, 8 are finished losses, where he's getting finished by low-level guys. Steve Garcia is 13-5, 5 losses, but he's only been finished 2 times, So you got 18 fights, 2 finished losses. This dude's been finished 8 out of 40. I got Steve Garcia here, man. I think as a big underdog, watching Shayilan Nuerdanbieke's stuff, I don't think that he's that good. I really don't. And I don't think that he should be this big of a favorite over a guy that's going to stop his wrestling and have better striking, in my opinion, and better cardio. So give me Steve Garcia as an underdog there, man. I really like that spot. Next fight is a catchweight at the men's at 160. We have Trey Ogden fighting Ignacio Bahamondes. Trey Ogden is 16-5, 33 years old. My bad, these motherfuckers. 33 years old. 5'11" with a 72-inch reach. Ignacio Bahamondes is 13-4, currently sitting at -290. 25 years old, 6'3" with a 75.5-inch reach. So you see there that Bahamondes is going to be 4 inches taller, 3.5 inches of reach. Man, Trey Ogden broke his fight down last week the week before that didn't end up happening. This dude's got good striking. He's got good boxing. You've seen against Zellhuber. He's got pretty good boxing. He's got pretty good leg kicks. He's got decent wrestling. He's got really good BJJ, man. You see out of his he's got 11 submission wins out of his 15 or 16 wins. 11 of them are submission. It's weird. He has 0 KOs wins and 0 KO losses, which showing you he's very durable. He's fought some decent guys. Super durable. He's got 5 decision wins, 2 decision losses. He has been subbed 3 times, but I don't know if that'll come into play here. But yeah, man, he's pretty well-rounded, veteran, long, fast kickboxing, tons of volumes with he's got not long, fast kickboxing. He's got decent kickboxing with kind of fast hands, some decent boxing. He's got good wrestling. He's got good striking defense, though. Like I said, never been KO'd. His BJJ is really good. He has a really opportunistic rear naked choke and a really good guillotine. You've seen him. He was so close to tapping out Jordan Levitt. If Jordan Levitt wasn't so good at jiu-jitsu and obviously can breathe weird, he would have been submitted, man. He had him in deep in that first fight. He's got really good leg kick volume, though. Good timing on his takedowns, and if he gets on top, he can hold guys down. And if he gets Bahamondes down, he'll be able to hold them down. Ignacio Bahamondes, man. Now I'm so much more hyped about him than the Flores dude that Alejandro Flores or whatever that dude's name was that Trey Ogden was going to fight before. Bahamondes has showed this kid that he's a stud, man. He has so much volume, long, fast kickboxing, tons of volumes with tons of kicks and punches. You've seen him putting a beating on Zhu Rong. He threw a real beating on Roosevelt Roberts, hit him with everything but the kitchen sink, and with 5 seconds left, hit him with the kitchen sink with that spinning wheel kick and knocked his head off. That was crazy. Had that when he first came into the UFC, man, he had that loss to John McDessie. I think that he just had some jitters. He was more low output than he usually is. But no, man, on this one, I think that he's going to put out a ton of output. He's going to use that excellent long striking, man. He's been showing very improved grappling, offensive, defensive wrestling with very improved jiu-jitsu. You seen he got his submission last fight over Zhu Rong. He actually landed, I believe it was a Darce. Was it a Darce he hit him with? Barbaro choke. But yeah, man, he's just well-rounded. Great stance switching with volume. Leg kicks, body kicks are nice. And I just got to assume, man, that if Jordan Levitt was able to beat Trey Ogden basically in the striking with leg kicks and that. I know Trey Ogden didn't want to go to the ground. That Bahamondes is going to be able to do that. I'm actually really high on Bahamondes. I probably won't have no bets on him, but I do like Bahamondes to get the win here. I'm going to say by decision because I don't see him submitting Trey Ogden, and Trey Ogden's never been KO'd. But if somebody's going to do it, it'd be Bahamondes. But I'll probably end up staying away from that. But it should be a pretty decent fight. Next fight is in the women's strawweight division. We have Michelle Waterson versus Luana Pinheiro. Michelle Waterson is 18-10, currently sitting at plus 140. She's 37 years old, 5'3" with a 62-inch reach. Pinheiro, 10-1, currently sitting at minus 165. She's only 29 years old, 5'4" with a 62-inch reach. So everything's about even except the age here. Pinheiro is going to be 8 years younger. And this is going to be a really good fight, dude. Everybody, you know, Michelle Waterson, karate background, good striking, really good leg kicks, body kicks. She'll throw up a head kick here and there, but that's the karate background. She's got very good offensive and defensive wrestling for the women's division, especially now that she's very, very experienced. As her career's gone, she's gotten way better at the wrestling and grappling. Really nice head kicks and kicks all over the body. Nice boxing with a good left hand. Good BJJ, 9 sub wins, and she's really good at taking the back if she gets you to the ground and controlling you. Very well-rounded vet, man. I thought she won the first round against Amanda Lemos, came out in the second round, was doing pretty good, and then shot in for a weak takedown and got guillotined. Looked good against Rodriguez at times, was able to take her down, get her back, and I believe the fourth round and had her back the whole time. But had that nice win over Angela Hill. But you see, she's got some losses, but she's been fighting the toughest girls in the world. Jędrzejczyk, Esparza, Rodriguez, Lemos. This girl's really good, and she's still got it. I don't see her declining. Like, I don't see her skills declining with her age. Pinheiro, man, this girl's tough. She's got good striking. She knocks girls down with the power in her hands. She's got excellent judo, dude. She judo throws girls across the room, man. She just consistently whizzer kicks and then toss the girls, dude, and they just keep falling for it. But she's got good jiu-jitsu on top. She's got excellent BJJ. She's got 4 subs. She's got good striking with power, but it's like basic, man. If her power strikes don't work, she don't have like a volume game or nothing to fall back on. And she kind of looks like she seems to slow down after like a round. This is going to be a really good fight. I honestly don't think that she should be this big of a favorite over Michelle Waterson. I think Michelle Waterson could possibly get the win here. So I'm going to take Waterson. I'm going to take her by decision. Don't have no bets on this fight, but I just think that if the way she was looking, she's got better striking. And I believe if she can keep this on the feet, she's going to be able to outstrike Pinheiro as long as she doesn't get finished. And I don't think Pinheiro is going to finish her. So give me Michelle Waterson by decision, and I'm probably not going to have no bets on that fight. Next fight is also in the women's strawweight division. We got Cynthia Calvillo versus Lupita Godinez. Cynthia Calvillo is 9-5-1, currently sitting at plus 210. She's 35 years old, 5'4" with a 64-inch reach. Lupi Godinez, she's 8-3, currently sitting at minus 270. She's 29 years old, 5'2" with a 61-inch reach. So you see that Cynthia Calvillo, she's dropping back down to 115. She's been fighting at flyweight for a long time now, fighting some of the best girls in the world. So you see she's going to have a excuse me, 2-inch height advantage and a 3-inch reach advantage here, which could definitely come into handy. Cynthia Calvillo, though, she's been looking bad lately. 35 years old now. She's lost her last 4 fights in a row. Granted, they were at 125, and they were to really tough girls. She hasn't really looked good in them. You know, against Chukagian, she got beat up. Against Andrade, she got finished. Against Andrea Lee, she got beat up bad and quit. It almost seemed like she didn't want to be in there. And against Nunes, she gave up a decent account of herself, but still got beat, you know. But that was at 125. She could be looking good at 115, but at 35 years old, it's tough to say, man. But she does. She has good boxing. She has decent boxing. She has good BJJ when she's on top. She has good offensive and defensive wrestling. She just doesn't use it that much. She has really experienced wins in her career. She's beat if you look, she's beat JoJo Calderwood, Montana De La Rosa, Courtney Casey, Jillian Robertson, Jessica Ai, you know. So she's got some pretty good wins in her career, way better wins than Lupita Godinez. But Lupita Godinez, man, I like her striking, really improved striking. She's got good wrestling. She's got good jiu-jitsu. She's got good cardio. She's got a great clinch against the cage. She's got good kickboxing and movement. She pushes a great pace with tons of volume. It's just that I can't get a read on how good she is. Like, she beats up these lower level girls. She's going to go in there. She's going to throw a beating on Ariane Carnelosi. She's going to beat Loma Luke Bumi, which she's not lower level. It's just she had the better grappling. She lost to Luana up a weight class, hit the armbar on Savannah Gomez. This fight's tough, man. If this was the old Cynthia Calvillo, I'd be picking Cynthia Calvillo, man. I think that she's gonna have like maybe the better striking, but I think that she'd have the better jiu-jitsu in this fight, but not the way she's been looking recently. So I'm going to take Lupita Godinez. I think she has better speed, better volume on the feet. I think she can land some shots. I think she can mix in some takedowns. But if she comes out and starts getting taken down by Cynthia Calvillo, man, that's going to be scary. So I stayed away from this fight. I don't know anybody's going to trust Lupita Godinez at minus 180 after a couple of the fights she's had against Carolina, Pinheiro, and Angela Hill. So that's tough, man. Give me Godinez by decision, but I'm staying far away from that fight. All right, next fight is going to be awesome. We have Kevin Holland versus Santiago Ponzinibbio at 170. Kevin Holland's 23-9, currently sitting at minus 280. He's 30 years old, 6'3" with the 81-inch reach. Ponzi is 29-6. Excuse me. Currently sitting at plus 225, 36 years old, 6 foot with a 73-inch reach. So you see Kevin Holland 6 years younger. He's going to have 3 inches of height, and he is going to have 8 inches of reach advantage here. Kevin Holland, man, yeah, last fight was dumb. He fought Stephen Wonderboy Thompson and struck with him the whole time. You know, it was pretty ridiculous. He landed, I don't know if he landed a takedown or just ended up on top, and then he let him up. The fight before, it was bad fight IQ. But he definitely should have tried to wrestle one of the best kickboxers to ever fight in that cage, dude. So, before that, the Khamzat fight, you know, that was a different one too. They had to mix it up a day of the fight and all that, and he just got taken down and ended up getting Darce. But before that, he looked good at 170, man. Tim Means, back and forth first round, and then was able to start taking over, hit Means with really big shots, land that Darce choke. Same thing with Alex Oliveira, man, back and forth first round. Kevin Holland's very tough, very durable, and he's willing to get in exchanges and hit guys, and he gets hit and then eventually just puts it on him, has too much for him as far as speed and power. And I like his striking, man. He's got good, long boxing southpaw stance, man. Hands are fast with KO power. Even up at middleweight, you know, he was able to land some nice knockouts. You've seen him knock out like Joaquin, Buckley, a bunch of people. Nice, powerful leg and calf kicks. He's got crazy ground and pound, went on top, and very explosive and athletic. Like when he hit that shot on Jakar Souza from his back and was able to knock him out from his back right there. Fought a bunch of tough wrestlers at 185, and that's where a lot of his losses come from. Brunson, Vittori, Chimaev, all them dudes were able to take him down and hold him down, you know, and beat him up a little bit. But the dude is super tough, super durable, and I think what's going to be the difference here is going to be his speed and his power, man, because Ponzi, I love Ponzi as a fighter, man. I've been watching this dude fight forever. He's got really good boxing with power in both hands, powerful leg kicks. He's got good cardio, toughness, and pace. Excellent jab and left hook. Like his left hand is educated. And he's really good boxing combos. The problem is, man, is he's been looking bad in his last couple fights against him. He's just been looking slow, hittable, and he's starting to get rocked a lot. Like Pereira was able to hurt him a couple times. Alex Morono was beating the brakes off him, dropped him 2 or 3 times in that fight, was winning everything, and he came in fat and out of shape on short notice against Ponzi, like 5 days notice, and he was still winning that whole fight, and Ponzi had to get the lucky knockout. Wasn't lucky, I mean, he hit him with some good shots, but he had to get the knockout in the 3rd round to win that fight. And he just looks so slow, so hittable, and he doesn't look like he's taking the shots as good as he used to. And I'm sorry, but if out of shape Alex Morono is doing that to you, Kevin Holland in shape, he's so much faster, so much more powerful than Morono, and he's going to be hitting him from about 8 inches out farther, man. I like Kevin Holland in this fight. I like Ponzinibbio, but man, he's just too slow at this stage of his career, man. He likes to exchange punches and get in them exchanges and win that, but I don't think he's got more power here. I think that Kevin Holland at 170 is going to be able to, he's going to be so much faster and longer than Ponzi, and I believe he's going to hit him with some big shots, and I believe he's going to get that 2nd round club and sub, man. Kevin Holland's young, fast, explosive, and I think he has more power than Ponzi, better boxing. It's it's going to be a good fight. As long as he doesn't, do something dumb with dumb fight IQ, I got to go with Holland there. And I think he actually gets to finish with another club and sub in that second or third round. Next fight, man, Raul Rosas Jr. versus Christian Rodriguez. And I'm really looking forward to this, man. We got Raul Rosas, 7-0, undefeated, currently sitting at -245, 18 and a half years old, 5'9" with a 67-inch reach. Christian Rodriguez, 8-1, currently sitting at +190. He's 25 years old, 5'7" with a 71-inch reach. So you see Rosas has a 2-inch height advantage, but Rodriguez has a 4-inch reach advantage. What can we say here about the 18-year-old Raul Rosas Jr., man? Really, really good wrestling, chain wrestling, excellent wrestling, excellent BJJ, as we've seen on the Contender Series. We've seen his first fight in the UFC. He's got excellent BJJ. You see here, he's finished every single opponent except his Contender Series one, all by chokes. You got rear naked, armbar, rear naked, KO. He had a KO there against an 0-2 guy, and then rear naked. So obviously he loves the rear naked choke. You see he's got grappling competitions, arm bars, choke. So he's not really standing with guys. He's taking guys down, he's choking them out, and he's really good at that, man. Good wrestling, single, double leg, body lock, takedowns, excellent BJJ, rear naked choke is deadly. Seems to be very physically strong even for an 18-year-old, man. Excellent transitions and back taking. Seems to be pretty fluid on the feet. He'll throw some kicks. He started a striker and then got into the wrestling and grappling, like his dad had him start a striker, but seems pretty fluid on the feet. We just don't see much of it, but I think we're gonna have to see some of it this fight. This kid's a future champ for sure. I just don't know if he is at 18 years old, man. His opponent, Christian Rodriguez, this fight's gonna tell us a lot because this kid is tough, man. Very well rounded. He's another kid that's been training MMA with Duke Rufus and them. He started when he was like 13 years old with Paul Felder and all that. I'm just training there with them dudes and getting better, man. It says he's with Rufus Sport, but I believe he's out at Fight Ready now, which is an excellent camp with Henry Cejudo. This kid is really, really good, dude. He's got nice boxing with really straight punches with some pop. Like he'll throw a 3-piece combo, straight punches fast, hit with some really good pop. Decent BJJ. He's got good defense. He never stops moving. You've seen in the Jonathan Pierce fight, he came in on short notice, fought Jonathan Pierce, who's a beast, up a weight class at 145, and he had Jonathan Pierce in 2 different really tight guillotines that I had a bet on Pierce, and I was actually thought that he was about to get choked out. And then he also was landing the way better striking on the feet. Like by the 3rd round, Jonathan Pierce was gassed out and just grabbing for anything to get the takedown and hold this kid down, dude. And that was on short notice. He's got really nice chokes and arm bars. Like I said, he almost got JSP in that. And he's got good jiu-jitsu, really nice knees and elbows in the clinch. When people are standing, man, if you watch when he fought Junior Cortez on the Contender Series, dude, he was hitting him with some excellent knees and elbows in the clinch. And Junior Cortez is a really good wrestler, and he wasn't able to take Christian Rodriguez down at all. Weems came out, blew his load, took Christian Rodriguez down like twice, then was gassed, got choked out. This is a tough fight to call, dude, to be honest, man. At these odds, I was high on Christian Rodriguez before I knew any fights that he would get after seeing what he did with Jonathan Pierce. I'm like, man, this kid's going to be really good. I just don't think Raul Rosas Jr. is that much better than this kid. All he has is the grappling that should be better. And from what I've seen from Rodriguez, he's good enough, and he's not going to get submitted if JSP couldn't. He's not going to get worn down. And to me, as the better striking, better knees in the clinch. So I'm gonna actually take Christian Rodriguez as an underdog pick, man. I think he gets a decision win here. I think that eventually Raul Rosas is gonna have to shoot from the beginning to take this kid down. I believe this kid's gonna get taken down, but he's gonna keep working up, and wear out Rosas Jr. Where Rosas Jr. ain't gonna be able to hit them takedowns, and then I think that he can beat up Rosas standing up. So not gonna bet this, but give me the 25-year-old Christian Rodriguez to beat up the 18-year-old Raul Rosa. I think this is a big step up in competition really early for an 18-year-old kid. You know what I mean? Fighting a very well-rounded dude. This ain't Jay Parent. So yeah, man, give me Rodriguez as the underdog, man. Next fight is going to be a freaking banger in the 135-pound division. We got Rob Font sitting at 19-6 versus Adrian Yanez 16-3. Rob Font's plus 150. 35 years old, 5'8" with a 71.5-inch reach. Adrian Yanez, 16-3, currently sitting at -180s, 29 years old, 5'7" with a 70-inch reach. So you see that Rob Font's going to be 6 years older. He's going to have 1 inch of height, and he's going to have 1.5 inches of reach. Rob Font, man, what can we say? He's fought everybody that's tough in the 135-pound division, man. He's got phenomenal boxing, excellent boxing. His jab is quick, accurate. He's got super fast hands with super high volume. You've seen against Chito Vera, he landed like 240 significant strikes. Good switch stance boxing. Decent offensive and defensive wrestling. Like, it's definitely improved. He actually was trying to take Jose Aldo down, taking Marlo Vera down. He's definitely added that into his game. But he's very experienced. He's got great cardio, and he's got excellent volume. Problem is, man, he gets dropped a lot. He's 35 years old. He's taken so much damage. Just in these last 2 fights, he's taken so much damage against Aldo and Vera, man. And he doesn't hit very hard, which is probably going to be tough for him here, because Adrian Yanez does hit hard. Adrian Yanez is basically Rob Font, but younger and hits a little harder. Both these guys really only box. They'll throw in some leg kicks. They'll throw in up some head kicks here and there, but they're basically trying to outbox you. And they're both really good at boxing. These guys probably got the best boxing at 135, to be honest. So that's why this fight is going to be phenomenal. But you've seen him put that hurting on Tony Kelly real early in the first round, was able to get him out of there. Had that really close fight with Davey Grant, which I don't know who won that, but Davey Grant's a savage, throws a lot of kicks, was getting pieced up by Costa before he was able to get him out of there in that second round and knock him out. But I just like his boxing. Excellent boxing, excellent forward pressure to counter. Like, he's pressuring you, wanting you to throw a punch when you're kind of getting worked up, getting pressured, throw a punch so he can counter you. I really like that. Power in both hands and both stances. Really nice takedown defense, very tough and durable, excellent combination boxing. He supposedly got a black belt in jiu-jitsu, but he doesn't use that. He doesn't use wrestling, and he hasn't really been taken down. But man, dude, this fight is so close. After watching the Davey Grant fight and watching all these fights, I'm going to take Rob Font. Another underdog. I'm going to take Rob Font by decision. I think Rob Font's going to throw way, way more volume than Adrian Yanez. He's not going to fall for Adrian Yanez's traps, where Adrian Yanez backs you up against the cage, makes you strike, and then he counter strikes you. I think Rob Font does have the better boxing here. I think he's going to have way more volume. I think he's going to hit hard. I think he's got better movement. I think that he's got the better experience. And if you're backing him, I'm not going to back him. I am going to pick him, but you just got to hope that Yanez doesn't drop him and finish him. But that's the thing, is Rob Font is very tough, very durable, doesn't get finished. He just gets dropped, man. And that's how he was losing rounds to Aldo. He was piecing Aldo up, boom, get dropped. He's piecing up Marlon Vera, boom, he'd get dropped, lose a round. If he can just do that, not do that against Adrian Yanez, then he can definitely win this fight. And I'm going to go with the experience here and take Rob Font. After a couple of these last fights I've seen with Yanez, but not super confident in that. Co-main event time in the 170-pound division. We got Gilbert Burns versus Jorge Masvidal. Gilbert Burns is 21-5, currently sitting at -500. He's 36 years old, 5'10" with a 71-inch reach. Jorge Masvidal, 35, or he's 35-16, currently sitting at plus 360. He's 38 years old with 5'11" with a 74-inch reach. So you see he's going to have 3 inches of reach, 1 inch of height, and he's 2 years older. Gilbert Burns, man, this dude has been looking good lately. I mean, he's been looking good for years now, but his last fight with Neil Magny looked phenomenal. Went in there, took him down, dominated him, finished him. His fight with Khamzat Chimaev, this is why leads me to believe he can beat Jorge Masvidal, man. He took some really big shots against Chimaev and landed some really big shots of his own. Wrestling, defensively and offensively checked out. That was a tough fight. And then that win over Stephen Thompson, a dude that's beat Jorge Masvidal. Stephen Thompson, to me, has better striking than Jorge Masvidal. And good offensive defense wrestling, and Burns was able to dominate him all 3 rounds, had that close fight with Usman, was able to dominate Woodley for 5 rounds, knocked out Damian Maia, another guy that has a win over Jorge Masvidal. I like Gilbert Burns, man. His boxing's so much better lately. Excellent wrestling, good boxing, nice left hook. That's what he dropped Khamzat with. He's got excellent change wrestling, single leg, nice body lock takedown, really heavy on top and controls, guys. If he gets the takedown here, he's going to control the whole round. I expect him to. Excellent pace, pressure, cardio, and toughness. The dude is so well-rounded. He's just an excellent vet, man. Same can be said about Jorge Masvidal. super experienced vet, very well rounded. He just doesn't have the takedown defense. His jiu-jitsu game, you know, he won't get tapped out, but he's not sweeping people. He's not hitting no subs. Excellent striking. I went back and watched the Nate Diaz fight. Went and watched Darren Till fight, Stephen Thompson fight, even where he's looking good, but he just, you know, he wasn't going for the kill back then. He switched that around a little bit where he knocked out Till, then he went for the kill on Askren, and after that, man, like I said, the striking looked good against Diaz. He's got excellent boxing with KO power. He's got really, really, really fast hands with nice combos. That's how he caught Till with the switch step, hit him with that big ass punch. Very, very tough and durable. Fast, powerful body and head kicks. Gilbert Burns is definitely going to have to watch out for them body and head kicks. And he's got a really nice jab and a really nice left hook, man. It's very accurate. But I just don't think, I think that this fight's going to look more like the Usman Colby Covington, where Gilbert Burns is going to be able to strike with Masvidal, but he's going to be pushing him up against the cage, pushing him up against the cage, and eventually landing these takedowns, because Jorge Masvidal slows down so bad after one round. It doesn't matter who he's fighting. It's not like he slows down and gasses out and loses, but that's why he lost all of his fights that are all them split decision close fights, because he'd lose the third round in every one of them fights. And then, I mean, because I'm hard telling how many split decisions this dude has. Losses, you know what I mean? He's got 12 decision losses. If you go back and look, there's one split, there's 2, 3, 4 splits in a row, right? And it's all because he loses that last round because he slows down. So I'm taking Gilbert Burns. I'm going to take Gilbert Burns to get the decision. I'm going to say that he's got the striking to stand with Burns. Masvidal is not as dangerous as it's made out to be. That Till fight and the Askren fight, you know, most of it's him losing decisions because he couldn't knock people out. So give me Burns, man. I think Burns just grapples him, wears on him, and gets that decision, man. And probably see Gilbert Burns, you know, getting a title fight coming up next, and he deserves it. He's a tough dude, man. Main event time: Alex Pereira versus Israel Adesanya 2. This is going to be so good, dude. Alex Pereira, 7-1, currently sitting at plus 120, 35 years old, 6'4" with the 80-inch reach. Israel Adesanya, 23-2, minus 145, the favorite. He's 33 years old, 6'4" with the 80-inch reach. Everything's basically the same, except Israel Adesanya, or Alex is 2 years older. And I don't know, dude. Alex looks an inch taller, just so much thicker when they fight. Alex Pereira, world champ kickboxer, one of the best kickboxers to ever walk this earth. His jab is nasty. His left hook is nasty. You've seen him knock out Izzy with it a couple times. You've seen him knock out Sean Strickland with it. He's got powerful leg and calf kicks. He can also check kicks really good. That hurt Izzy in the last fight. Excellent step-in knees and flying knees to the body or the head. He hit Izzy with a couple step-in knees that were nice in the last fight. Excellent forward pressure and pace, especially against Izzy. He acts like he's not worried about Izzy's power at all. He walks Izzy down. I think that's how he's getting these wins, because Izzy's constantly worried, faking, looking scared and moving and trying not to get backed up, where Alex Pereira is just walking him down. He definitely has the power and the size advantage, man. And the power advantage is what's I believe getting him these wins. Like I said, man, where he can take Izzy's power and Izzy cannot take his power back. And Pereira is just such a big, scary dude, man. We got Izzy. Izzy's one of my favorite fighters ever, dude. He's so good. He's got the world-class kickboxing, just like Pereira. He's got excellent leg kicks. He's got a really good at stance switching striking, where that's where Pereira, he really doesn't switch his stances at all. He just comes at you southpaw and works, where Izzy's switching stances, hitting him with different shots, giving him different looks. He's got really good power in his right hand and his left hook. Izzy's left hook is sick, man. You seen where he hit Pereira in that first round with the overhand right, which stunned him, then came back with that left hook when Pereira, a little bit after the bell, and Pereira was stunned, and I was super shocked that didn't put him down, dude. He really hit him good. He's got a better clinch, and it looked like he had better wrestling in their last fight, but it also looked like when he tries to wrestle, it slows him down because he's a kickboxer. He's not used to wrestling. So, dude, this fight is so good. I loved breaking it down. I love doing the tape on it again. And last time, man, I picked Izzy. This time I'm picking Alex Pereira, dude. The tape shows me that it reminds me, and it's kind of like the Usman versus Leon Edwards second fight, where just going into it, I feel like Pereira's got all the confidence in the world knowing he's beating Izzy, and Izzy's going into it with none of the confidence. I think Pereira's too big, dude. I think that he walks Izzy down. I think Izzy was not lucky to make it as far as he did last time, but like there's a lot of big shots that just barely missed, and Pereira's just walking him down the whole time, like putting a pace on him, dude. And Izzy just seems like scared to he can't just stand there and exchange shots with Pereira, so he's constantly moving, and that's what's hurting his legs, hurting the stamina. Then Pereira's hitting him with leg kicks, getting hit back with leg kicks, but then he's checking on, man. Like, I got to go with Pereira, dude. This is going to be a kickboxing match. I feel like Pereira's wrestling's getting better every camp. So I don't think that Izzy's going to be able to go out there and D1 wrestle him. So give me Alex Pereira, as much as I hate to say it. And then hopefully we'll get Pereira up at 205 against Jamal Hill, getting a little retribution for his boy, Glover Textera. Sorry, I was trying to go back to this. And yeah, man, that was the whole breakdown for this card. I thoroughly enjoyed this card, thoroughly enjoyed the breakdown. Mr. Pay-Per-View is going to be back. Like I said, man, we're in the green for life for 2023. Mr. Pay-Per-View is going to show up big for this card. I got a ton of bets in the Patreon. So like I said, if you want to go there, $10 a month, I'm still going to put out my bets, throughout the bet week for free. But if you want to go there and support my channel, I'm going to buy a couple more paintings with the money I got from it actually in the last month and do stuff like that. So if you want to support my channel, man, I appreciate that. If you want to get the early bets and beat the line movement and make some extra money yourself, I appreciate that too. So appreciate everybody coming out and hanging out. Enjoy the fights coming up this weekend, guys.